Hey everybody, it's Lord Magicus, and it is time to play Merfolk in Legacy once again. Okay, so this time we're going to play a kind of classic Merfolk list. A lot of the people who have been doing well with Merfolk in Legacy recently have been playing a lot, playing lists that are really similar to this, where it's like they haven't made many major changes to it. So, you know what? Why don't we just try doing that? Let's just see what it's like. You know, the only thing that this is really missing from kind of the old build of it is Phantasmal Image. And I, th I think there is a reality in which you could maybe put some Phantasmal Images back into this deck, but I'm not really interested in playing them now. I think I'd rather have stuff like Dismember and like Merfolk Trickster in those spaces. We have 1 days to kind of complement the Curse Catcher because we're just gonna, yeah, we're doing it hard on the get Chalice in turn 2 plan. So between Days, Force, and Curse Catcher, we should have a very good chance at doing that. And instead of playing extra Lords to deal with stuff like Engineer or whatever, we're just gonna play Dismember. Dismember is more relevant against a lot of decks, I think. It deals with stuff like Monastery Mentor and or things like Knight of the Reliquary that are a huge problem, and it also, yeah, it kills Plague Engineer, and really, I think this card's fine. We usually have this in the sideboard anyway, so if we put this in the main deck, then we get to add more sideboard space for other matches, so yeah, let's just try it like this and see how it goes. One of the important things here is we're going to play 12 Basic Islands. We're not going to play any Waterlogged Groves. A lot of the people that have tried Waterlogged Grove have not really been doing as well with it, and all the lists that have been successful I've seen have not been playing any, so this could be a function of Wasteland, really. Like, if we're going to be on the plan where we need to have turn 2 Chalice or get to 3 mana for True Name, maybe having 12 Basic Islands is just what we have to do in order to make that happen, so it's possible that maybe 1 or 2 Waterlogged Groves are okay, but I don't know. I kind of feel like this is what's been proven to work, so let's just try it like this and see how it goes. I know that Grove has kind of been awful the few times that I've had it, and we've definitely lost a Wasteland where Basic Island probably would have won us a lot of those games, so we'll just do it like that. Sideboard's going to be basically standard stuff. 4 Force of Negation. Now, I don't know if we need all 4 of these. It's possible maybe like 2 or 3 is fine, but we're going to run 4. Reanimator and Storm Deck seem to be a problem, so let's just have something against them. Venser, because Sneak and Show is still around, and Venser is the best card against that deck. An extra Dismember just for like the Monastery Mentor decks, or even like Dreadhorde Arcanist decks. And then Surgicals to deal with things like Punishing Fire, or even just Reanimator that's good against that. Relic is good against Knight of the Reliquary decks and Tarmogoyf decks. And Sorcerer's Spyglass, this card hopefully is going to help us a little bit against Merit Lodge. We have 1 Echoing Truth in the main deck, and we have 2 Vensers here, but really, the problem with like most of the Merit Lodge decks is that they have between Knight of the Reliquary, Elfish Reclaimer, and Crop Rotation. If they want to have instant speed, protection from blue effects, they can. So maybe the best way that Mono Blue has to deal with it is simply to just deactivate Thespian Stage so that they can't make multiple, yeah, they can't copy Dark Depths and get Lodge off like that. So Sorcerer's Spyglass is a really good hate card against the land-based decks. It also is relevant against decks like Miracles. You can bring it in, name like Teferi with it. Yeah, there's a bunch of things. You can bring it in against Death and Taxes, name like Sword of Fire and Ice, or even Stoneforge Mystic, something like that. Sometimes Aether Vial, if you're on a land-heavy hand and they're on a Vial hand, it's relevant there. So this is a very applicable card against a lot of matches, but it fixes some of the holes that we tend to have. So there's other stuff you could play in this slot, but we're gonna do it like this time and just see how it runs. So yeah, pretty standard build of this. So let's go try it and see how we do with it. All right, let's get this going. Yeah, we're actually right near the close of this league. So here we have EW Landon. I think he plays Reanimator a lot. He's here at the top of the trophy board. So yeah, it's even given us the reminder that we have to finish this within the next 3 days. But, oops. Yeah, we're definitely finishing it within 3 days because we're going to do it in the next 2 hours. Alright, come on. I don't want to do this all night. Give me a match. Let's go. Maybe in the meantime I'll... Nope, never mind. Alright, join. Come on. Where did my game go? There we go. Oh, win the die roll. Sick. Not like this. No. Oh, this is not much better, but I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to keep this. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to put... I think I'm going to put True Name Nemesis in the bottom because there's no guarantee we're ever going to get to do it. We're going to play Curse Catcher with Cavernous Souls and hope that, we can protect Silvergill Adept and that draws us another land, and that maybe just a Lord Beatdown plan will be good enough. But, I don't want to keep True Name just in case we end up having to deal with things like Wasteland. So it'll be forever before we can do that. Or at least here, like, if we top deck Island, we can just jam Lord next turn and then have a nice aggro plan for that. This is not good. This is definitely a match that we don't want to deal with. This is lands. Yeah, you have a turn 1 Renin 6, which means Silvergill Adept is going to suck. We're still probably going to have to play it, though. This is another reason that... Alright. Let's show them Master of the Pearl Trident. We have to play it because we need to draw another island. Well, the only good thing is that if Renin 6 does ping this off, like, it's not the end of the world. If they do, then Mutavault can kill it. Alright, it's fine. If they play Knight of the Reliquary or something, we can just force it. This is not good, though. I guess we're gonna do this first. And we're just... If they play Punishing Fire, we do have to force that. Oh, alright. So then, I guess here we're gonna play Chalice on 0, so they can't play more Mox Diamonds. 1 is not a very good number against this deck, but Chalice is not a card we really want to see versus these decks, but at least it stops more of these. Fuck no. If we're having a chance, it's not with that, so... Alright, well... This is our life now. I mean, to be fair, True Name would be really good here, but... They also probably have Plague Engineer. If they're splashing black, then that means that they almost certainly have Engineer in this deck. Alright, well, we don't have a choice. We just have to keep going for it and hoping that it works. They seem to be having trouble finding more mana sources, and I'm gonna... Yeah, we had to force this because it's gonna find more mana sources for them, so... And that's another reason Chalice and Zero stops more of these, in case they ever do find things like Maze of Ith to discard to it. Well, that's bad. They're gonna definitely hit the Cavern of Souls. Why the fuck would you do that? You know I have... Like, my deck needs double blue. Now if we draw islands, like... Oh, alright, well... We're just... I guess they don't really have much going on, but... If they play Ren in 6, where we basically just lose. Yeah, that's happening. Alright, island. They have 5 cards in hand already. I mean, I could bounce this back, but I don't think that's the best use of this truth right now. I think we just need to put Lords in the field. Alright, our plan is going to be to try to use Dark Confidant against them. Well, they drew another land anyway, so it doesn't matter. I need to hang on to this Trickster in case they play... Well, this looks like this is a Jund list that has Mox Diamond, so... Ugh, that's terrible. Alright, goodbye, Lord. The only good news is that now, if we draw another land, we can play True Name, and they don't have a good way of getting rid of it. Alright, well, this, I think, gives us the best chance of drawing a land to play True Name, so let's do that. I think we're probably discarding Echoing Truth. Because we can, if they also keep a blocker, then we can just flash in Trickster and tap down Confidant so they can't block to protect it. This is not good. Like, we're in a shit ton of trouble here. Like, Confidant and Lily together, like, if they play anything, then we're in trouble. Alright, fuck, that's bad. Alright, well, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack Liliana, and if he blocks with this, I will Merfolk Trickster it post-combat. Otherwise, I'm fine with trading this here. If they tick up Lily, then I can just discard Vial. We're only using Trickster to kill Knight. We wait till the damage goes on at first. So they tick it up, we discard Vial. Sure, cycle. So let's see. Punishing Fire is absolutely terrible. Now they can just like do this and tick it up. Oh, we're fucked. We're gonna have base. It's gonna be so fucking hard to beat Punishing Fire now because we can't play 2 creatures. Yeah, that's a card we can't beat. Like at this point, we basically just lose. So if I play True Name, he just minuses Lily to kill it. If I play Master of the Pearl Trident, he just upticks Lily. And just Punishing Fires this. So I think we're basically locked out of the game now. Like at this point we need to draw like running True Names. I can't deal with this. Pass. Yeah, you cycle it. That's fine. Snow-covered swamp. At this point, I'm just trying to feel out whether they have something like... If he just gets Wasteland back, we're dead. He's got Barren Moor. I think that was greedy. Because now if we draw another True Name Nemesis, you don't have a way to kill it. So we have to top deck it this turn, and if we don't, we just right-click Concede. I'm just trying to see what cards are in their deck, but yeah, this looks like a 4-color Loam. This is one of the worst matches that we can face, and the only other one that's probably worse is a Dark Depths list. Definitely not the way I wanted to start my league out. Alright, we lose. That's it. We're done. Can't beat this. So they have Punishing Fire, oh my god, and fucking Liliana and Dark Confidant. Like, that's great. Alright, Chalice, you are terrible. Get the fuck out of here. Surgical, I need that for Punishing Fire. Dismember is actually fine. Sorceress Spyglass is also fine. Curse Catcher is actually terrible. Daze is not great, but it's also not 100% useless either. Vencers is okay. Sort of. Yeah. I don't know if I really want to bring it in for over any of the rest of this, though. This might just have to be how we do it. Like, guess what? We could take out Echoing Truth and bring in the other Dismember. It's probably okay. Or take out a Daze. That's fine. If we're on the play, I think the Daze is better. I don't know. Let's do it like this. Yeah, no, there's no way that, like, we were beating that, unfortunately. This matchup is bad. You don't want to ever see this. We want to face, like, all the Rug Delver lists. That's what we're tuned to beat. It's unfortunate. I didn't see anything that, like, indicates that they're playing, like, Dark Depths in their deck. It's still possible, though, so we could get got by that, but I'm just under the assumption they don't have it. This list is okay. Or, this hand is okay. I mean, I think our deck is okay, too, just not really versus this deck. They mulled to 6, that's good. I guess we're just concerned about them going, like, turn 1 Ren and 6, but if that happens, so be it. Aether Vial. This is ways to get around Liliana and also ways to get through Wastelands. Bayou. Okay, they don't have anything else. That's good. Okay. I think I will play Silvergill here. I'll show them Master of the Pearl Trident. And our plan is going to be next turn play Lord, Violin Lord. Because if they... Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is shaping up to be alright. So now we can get True Name out. We have Dismember in case of something like Engineer or Knight of the Reliquary. If they play Ren and 6 and ping this thing, that's actually fine, because then we can go Lord, Lord. Yeah, okay. Yep, it's fine. It's also a possibility we may want to put True Name in play if we draw a land. Yeah, you know what? I think this is going to be the right call here, because this is going to be able to kill off Ren and 6 next turn for sure. If they play Plague Engineer, we can still put a Lord in play and save True Name. If they play Liliana, we can just put like Master in play and sacrifice that instead. We probably actually would sacrifice Trickster, I think. Sylvan Library, that's tough, but yeah, that's gonna be like that. Yep. You know what? I should have vialed in the creature. I didn't think to do that. Oops. My bad. Alright, well. This is okay. This is actually a good spot, I think. There isn't much they can do here, because we can kind of empty our hand if we want and attack them for like 1,000,000,000 damage next turn. Could have got in for an extra 3 damage, though, so that could matter. Let's see. If they play Punishing Fire, we just vial in a Lord. Like, we have answers to basically anything that they do this turn. Well, I mean, unless they board it in like Damnation or some shit, like, then we're fucked, but... activate. There we go. Uh-oh, I don't like this. This looks like maybe they have another one. What's the plan here? Swords. Okay. I can't do anything about that. Alright, well, let's just attack them for as much damage as we can. If we're lucky, we draw another Lord. That's actually great. Let's get rid of this shit right now. They have Abrupt Decay, Tarmogoyf, Tireless Tracker in hand, so that's not going to be beating this. Let's see what else is in their deck here. So what do they got? Wasteland, so this looks like... They do have 2 Plague Engineers, so that's a potential top deck that could fuck us. We're just looking to dodge that, I guess. Dismember's not going to help too much against that. They do have all 4 Knights, Confidants, Trophies, Decays. So Abrupt Decay is probably going to target the Merfolk Trickster, and then they'll play like Tarmogoyf. So, and then that one. But otherwise, they don't have like merit laws or anything to be concerned about there, so. Okay. So we're in a decent spot right now. So Tracker, Tarmogoyf, and Abrupt Decay is what we're facing. Just hoping they do not find Plague Engineer this turn. There's only 2 in the deck, and we just shuffled it, so... Okay, Tarmogoyf, that's fine. We can dismember it. Let me see. There is instant and creature already in the graveyard, so I think it's pretty safe to do this. Okay. Alright, well, that's not helpful to us right now. They'll probably Decay Trickster to save themselves some life. Yep. If we draw another land, then we're actually pretty okay here, because we'll have Force of Will, but... Tireless Tracker might be a little bit too slow. You're going to get to draw a bunch of cards with it if they can find some lands to chain with it. Alright. Okay, well that I think was a mistake. You should play Tracker first. Uh-oh, please don't tell me you found it. Damn it! That was a card. Yeah, that was one of the ones we couldn't beat, so fuck. Goodbye. This Force of Will was a terrible draw against that. Alright, well, there goes our chances of winning. Now we probably draw the land where it's useless to us. Alright. And the sad thing is, like, we kind of have to force Tireless Tracker if they play it, so... Because that represents an immense amount of card advantage. Cannot let the... we're gonna just have to do that and then hope we can violin a creature to kill Liliana. They're smart, they will take it up first and will make us discard Force, and then we have to put Lord in play. It's not really where I want to be. Yep. Alright, so Tracker. Oh no, Plague Engineer. Oh fuck, that's even worse. Yeah, they discarded Tracker. Okay, great. Merfolk. Well, we are fucked. You know, the one time we actually, like, we go back to a classic build, this is what we fucking see. Like, what a game Magic is. I don't even want to play this anymore. Like, we are just so utterly destroyed. They make us sacrifice this. We're almost, like, purely locked out of this game. There's, like, no way we can win from here. Like, this is just too much. Fucking, like, we just got destroyed here. Like, they found, like, 2 of the best cards in their deck in the course of, like, 3 turns against us, and that's just all there is to it. Yes, yeah, whatever. F6. I don't care. Like, just kill me. Just get this over with, because, like, we cannot come back from this. They minus Liliana, kill the Lord of Atlantis, and then we don't have any way to get rid of it. Okay, that's it. We're done. Nope. They didn't even have to down take it, so in any creature we put into play, they just minus and kill it, so... I'm not even going to bother at this point. Like, there's no way that we can, like, beat that board state from with no cards in hand. Fuck it. Not worth it! Alright, let's do better this time, I guess. On the draw, or I'm sorry, the play. But we have to mulligan again, so it's like we made... What the fuck, Magic Online? Like, really? We get to be on the play twice and you give us, like... Oh my god. This hand is also awful. We can't win with this. This is terrible. Like, we have to... It's better than mulling to 4, I guess. Cavern of Souls and Dismember, and we're just gonna hope that Chalice is gonna get the job done. This is like the most terrible start to this. Well, this is also not good. Okay, no. I'm not letting you just, like, Cabal Therapy me afterwards. They were going on, like, a Storm Start or some shit. We're just gonna play Chalice on 1 and hope that it kills them. Because if we let them Ritual, then they duress us and continue to storm off, but now, like, their hand is just, like, locked behind this thing. Next turn, at the end of turn, we'll flash in Trickster and start trying to kill them, I guess. Oops. Yep. Let's attack first. This is like definitely a storm deck. So the storm players will generally keep a hand that can go off in turn 1 if they can just, you know, risk running into force. Just most of the time that's correct. And they're running out of time to do this too, so. Actually, this could be Reanimator, to be honest. Like, this makes more sense as Reanimator. They didn't get a blue land, so it means that they were probably gonna... Okay, I'm under the assumption that they should not have gotten this Badlands because I thought that they were Storm, but I am now very certain that they... I think that we want to bring in Surgicals just in case. We'll bring in Force of Negation. I'm going to take out Dismember and take out True Name Nemesis. Chalice is very good. All of these cards are very good. Daze and Echoing Truth are staying in. Trickster is fine. Like, the rest of these cards are all fine. I'm not going to bring in the Relics just yet. I want to see a little bit more before I make that call, but I guess I can take out one Trickster. I'm going to play under the assumption they're Reanimator because they got Badlands. Like, Badlands and 2 basic swamps, that seems relevant to me. This is fine. We're going to keep, as long as they don't turn 1 us, then I think we're okay. We'll play Curse Catcher first. Actually, if we play the island first, we have Daze up as well. Faithless Looting, sure. Yeah, this is definitely Reanimator. So Surgical is fine here. Exhume, Gristlebrand. Sure. Let's take this Gristlebrand. I knew what you were up to. Okay, well, we just fucking curb stomped Reanimator. I guess that kind of makes up for this. that is possibly the shortest match that we've actually like won 2 games in, where the opponent didn't just concede the entire match that we played so far. So what was that? That was like a minute, like 2 minutes, something like that. It was nothing. All right, well, yeah, we started that on a mold of 5 with after having like no land hand, so we still managed to get there on the basis of Chalice of the Void. Yeah, this Chalice is powerful. That's why our deck is good, is because Chalice is good. Alright, well, we get to be on the play 3 times in a row. What the hell is this nonsense? Unfortunately, this is yet again another hand we cannot keep on 7, so we've gone 3 games in a row where we've had to mull, so this is fine. We'll throw away Mutavault. Done. They mulled to 6 as well. Alright. So now, no matter what, we can at least cast all the spells in our hand. Yeah, 3 games in a row we start on the play, but we've also had to mulligan every single time, so it is what it is. Sure. Thoughtseize, this might be a 4-color deck or a Grixis deck. Snow-covered swamp is usually an indication of Arkham's Astrolabe. So, yeah, this tells me this is probably like a Grixis or kind of control list. That could be 4-color too. Like 4-color snow is fine. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Violin Trickster at the end of turn, and then, or I'm sorry, Violin Curse Catcher end of turn, and I'll flash in Trickster. Then I'll Violin Master and attack for a bunch. So let's see, what do we got? You definitely have to be like a control deck. Right? Yes. Snow-covered lands plus Thoughtseize it has to be control. Like, I don't think this could be a storm deck or anything like that. It's possible it could be like a blue-black Reanimator, but I seriously doubt that. I think that he's holding up Fatal Push right now, and we're gonna we're gonna flash this in. Okay, and then we're gonna just attack him for 5. And if we're lucky, we're gonna get to play that next turn. All right. So I think I'll tick Vial up, probably. They don't have a removal spell, so this actually could be Reanimator, maybe. This might be the blue-black one. So I guess it is possible it's Storm, but I doubt that. They're just casting a bunch of cantrips and they're not doing anything, which means they're probably just going to die. And they can't use this now because Curse Catcher is going to just counter whenever they cast that. So if it's Fatal Push, then Catcher's going to counter it. I doubt that this is a combo deck, but who knows. We're going to tick up Vial here just because then we can end of turn Vial and True Name. Well, whatever, that happens. Attack. My guess is they're not going to show us. I'll hold this in hand just in case for some reason there's like Kolaghan's Command when I try to Vial this in. Oh, maybe it is Storm. Okay. I could have been. I guess it's a combo deck after all, because that Lotus Petal has to be combo. Okay. So they don't know what we have, but they know that they're dead next turn, so they have to just go for it here. I don't think that... Does Storm play like 2 basics in their deck? I thought they only had like 1. No, this has to be Storm. LED is definitely that, so... Okay, yeah, sure, you duress me. I don't have anything in hand. Are you just dead? Is that what's going on? White, black. I'm guessing you're gonna just crack Lion's Eye Diamond in response. Cabal Ritual. I guess I do this now to make you crack this Lotus Petal. Yeah. Okay. Because that's going to lock you out of, or hopefully, like, a 3rd color. If your last card is, fuck, what is it? You have to win this turn. You're like, if we get to untap, the True Name is going to kill them. Yeah, so this has to be... Well, if it's like Past in Flames, they can't cast it. Yeah, I don't know what they're going for here, because they might have needed this Lotus Petal for a different color. No, it's Infernal Tutor, alright, well... So they have to crack this for red. Yeah. So what do you can't, like, get ad nauseum here. That just seems like suicide. I don't know if Past in Flames really does it either, though, because, like, you use Cabal Ritual. Like, that's not enough. I mean, it is possible that you just, like, cast Tendrils just for value. Or, yeah, you get, you know, drain for a bunch of life and hopefully rebuild in, like, a few turns, but that doesn't seem likely. Yeah, the important thing is I didn't want them to be able to have red and blue mana if they're going to combo, so... I guess this is Storm, yeah. They just have 2 basic lands. I didn't think that they'd play 2 basics, but maybe they do. And this looks more like ad nauseum Tendrils, I'm guessing, because they don't have any red mana sources in play, and I think usually there's stuff like... They need red lands for, like, Burning Wish, usually. Past in Flames, okay. So what do you do here? You cast Cabal Ritual. Okay, was that not enough? To cast Cabal Ritual, you only get 5 mana? Yeah, you were 1 short. The Curse Catcher saved us. If we did not have Curse Catcher, we were actually dead, because then they would flash back Cabal Ritual, get 5 mana, have the 1 from the Lotus Petal, they can Infernal Tutor, get Tendrils, and kill us. So Curse Catcher actually won that game. That was fantastic. Alright, so Force of Negation, we need you. True Name, you are not going to do the job here. And what else do we want? Relic, if they're on Past in Flames, Relic is actually kind of relevant. But is it more relevant than like any of these cards? It kind of is, because it counters Past in Flames, basically. It turns that line off. But I don't really know what else I'd want to take out for it. Like, it's also kind of a non-bow with Chalice of the Void. Dismember. Duh. Okay. I mean, you can make an argument to leave Dismember in because of Xantid Swarm. That's possible. We'll just do it like this, I think. Well, that's actually a good point, though. Is Relic dealing with their graveyard worth more than Dismember stopping our... Like, if they play Xantid Swarm and attack with it, like, that actually does turn off all of our counterspells. So, you know what? It sounds like crazy, but I think actually Dismember is more relevant here than the Relic is. So we're going to keep the Dismember. I think this is fine. This hand is okay. It's not great. We're on the draw, so like no matter what we do, like it's gonna be rough. I think we're gonna keep it though. We're gonna play Curse Catcher and then probably Chalice on 0 if we get to. Ooh, you know what? Never mind. Now it's gonna be a matter of how greedy do we get. I think if I draw a Force, I'll try to put Chalice in 1. Otherwise, I think it's going on 0. Alright, that's Merfolk. Yeah, now we're going to try to put Chalice in 1. We can probably safely pitch Echoing Truth to Force. Alright. What do you got? Yep. Sure, you can ponder. I need to keep this in play as our clock, but I think it's Chalice in 1 is going to hurt them, usually. Turns off Dark Rituals, all of their cantrips. They only have 4 cards, and so they'll be at 5 cards. Hopefully that's not enough. Drawing another Chalice would also be very good. Alright. So that's going to lock them down a fair bit, so... They didn't get a green source, so they probably don't have Abrupt Decay. At least not in hand at the moment. Alright, that one's going on 0. We'll play Curse Catcher, or I'm sorry, Silvergill Adept. Oh my god, cast. I'll show them Lord of Atlantis. Deal. Next turn we can play Lord and attack for 5. So this, they can't play LEDs or Lotus Petals. Yep. Now they're just trying to fill up their graveyard for Cabal Therapy, I think. Or for a Cabal Ritual. Ah, this is great. Now they're getting attacked for a lot. I think we've got this one. Oops. Nope. Cancel. And they're definitely dead next turn. We are attacking for lethal, so they have to do something now or they die. If they make us sack the Curse Catcher for some reason, then they potentially buy themselves another turn, but it seems unlikely. This is a pretty big wall of hate right now. Oh man, look at the fucking hate here. Hopefully when I get more reps I can beat tier 4 decks. This is what this channel is all about, the salt. Everybody, we gotta enjoy this. Alright, you know what? That was worth it. We got to just utterly destroy Storm. Yeah, Curse Catcher, again, like, was really relevant, I think. It hurt them a lot. Chalice did its job. So, 2 combo matches so far, so 1 terrible match and 2 really good ones with this list. Let's see if we can keep this going. We've had to mulligan every time, like, and so our being on the play has sucked because we've been on like at 6 cards or less each time, but somehow like we're making it work. I guess when you're down on cards like in this format, you just really want to do something that sort of evens it out. Like Chalice is the card in our deck that does that because it turns off all the cards in their hand. So it's like they also mulliganed a lot. So they have a bunch of dead cards that don't do anything. I hope you get to watch this video, Ride the Bus, and I hope you know there's no hate in my heart for you. But that salt is exactly why I play this game. So, thank you. You give me life. Okay, well, whoever it is, we failed to join a match because the other person just didn't click on it, so. Come on, let's do this. We're going at a pretty good clip here. We're at 50 minutes after 3 matches done, so we're on track here. So let's like face a bunch more Storm and Reanimator decks. I think we're very good against those. Alright. Come on, what do you got for me? We're on the play 4 times in a row. What kind of... This is ridiculous. This is not a very good hand, but I am going to keep it anyway. Because we're going to go Vial, Chalice, and hopefully that'll be good enough. If we're lucky, they'll Force of Negation or Chalice or Aether Vial. Alright, pass. This is a mat. We're just hoping this is good. Because if this is not good, then we probably are fucked. Because Lonely Master of the Pearl Triton's not going to get it done. This is a good sign. This gives me good feelings about this card. Okay, so they probably have Brainstorm, I'm guessing. They're going to fire off. Alright, Curse Catcher, come on, please. That's actually just as fine. Because now Chalice can come out, and if they force it, we can force back. Alright, this might work. They just conceded to Chalice. The rest of her hand was garbage. Oh my god. Alright, so what do they have? Like this, maybe we just don't change anything here. Like they have to know we're Merfolk, but at the same time, like this could be Delver or this could be like another combo deck. I think we're not gonna change anything because even if it is combo, like it's hard. Like we probably want this either way. And even against Storm, we probably keep the Dismembers. That's hard to say. What do we do here? Force of Negation is not that good versus Delver. But on the other hand, Dismember is, and like this card still is okay if it's like a Storm deck, so. You know what? I don't know. We've faced 2 combo decks in a row, so something tells me maybe this card is okay. We'll try it like this. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. This could be wrong, but we don't have any information to go off of other than Scalding Tarn. And he drew 3 cards. Oh, that's great. They didn't even, like, want to do anything. Like, they didn't want to cast Brainstorm or try to, like, see if they could force it back or something. Like, so, yeah, that tells me, like, not attempting the Brainstorm that they seem to be setting up for it, like, I don't know. To me, maybe that means they're a combo deck. I hedge in that direction. We're on the draw here. I think we have to mulligan. This is not good enough. You know what? Fuck it. We'll put Mutavault in the bottom. They conceded to this last time. Maybe they'll concede to it again this time. Volcanic Island. Delver. Okay, that's fine. So this is Delver, so... No, that's not what we wanted here. So we're just hoping that we get to Chalice next turn. Please force my Curse Catcher. Daze. Okay, that's fine. That means you're not going to have Daze for Chalice. It means you also can't try to flip this easy. Nope. Okay, we got another Delver. Alright. Well, we need them not to flip Delver next turn, because if they do, we're in a shit ton of trouble. Alright, well, play Mutavault, play Chalice, and hope that this is going to slow them down. Force. Alright, well, they had to exile the Brainstorm for that, so that means, again, that they're relying on luck for this. Nope, no flippy, no flippy. Good. Excellent. Fantastic. This is still bad, though, because now, like... Alright, so this might just be blue-red Delver. Yeah, the second that they manage to flip these Delvers, we are going to take a bajillion damage. Yeah, that's fine. We just need the Mutavaults to block right now. Hardcasting Force of Negation is not really going to matter. Alright, now we're fucked. Flusterstorm. Alright. So Mutavault can block Dreadhorde Arcanist, and that's about it. Yep. Well, this is going to hurt us very, very quickly. If we draw Dismember, we can kill one and back it up with Force. That's actually... Well, we can't do much about that, so... Mutavault can't really attack here. However, Trickster can potentially block one of these. I'm gonna have 2 blockers just in case they do stuff before damage. Alright. They do not, so let's block here. Alright, well, if we draw another Trickster, then maybe we can do this. We can't really attack into this yet, though. Because if we attack, then that means... Yeah, attacking means that we're on a 2-turn clock instead of a 3-turn clock. Nope. We have 1 more turn for Dismember, and otherwise we need to have Trickster to deal with it. That's not helping our cause. So now we are down to Merfolk Trickster off the top. However, we can hardcast a Force if we have to. Oh no, we don't even have Dismember in here. We sided it out, didn't we? Yeah, so, okay, it doesn't, well, I guess that doesn't matter. We just have to draw Merfolk Trickster this turn. Okay. Actually, that might work. Okay. We're going to Echoing Truth it back to their hand. And then I will force it on the way back down. Alright. I will go to 1 in order to force a will it. But we're also dead to like top deck Lightning Bolt too, so that's terrible. Okay, so if you just recast it, I am going to force a will it. I have no cards. Am I dead? Flusterstorm. Oh, fuck. Nope. Alright, well, that was... Yeah, you know what? We did see them draw that. That's a mistake, so... So, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot pay 4. Alright, well, we're just hoping it doesn't flip. Alright. Show me how good at magic cards you are. Well, no, it doesn't matter. We're dead. Because, yeah, they can just attack with 2 things. That's alright, well, there's nothing we could really do. Alright. However, we can bring these back, and the Wastelands are going to be... Or, Dismembers are going to be better here. And on the play, Dismember will be better. I think we also want Venser, because Venser can also bounce them. Right? That's... I don't really have anything I want to take out for it, though. Like, Echoing Truth is still fine. Like... Yeah, all the cards in this deck are actually already really good against the Delver deck. So siding a card out is kind of rough. This Curse Catcher's not super... Well, I mean, we kind of need it to protect the Chalice, so... Force can protect it on our turn. This is rough. We also, I think, want the Daze. Maybe we just cut 1 Lord of Atlantis. Because they might have True Name Nemesis in their deck. I want to keep the Tricksters and, like, the Silver Gills. I think those are a little bit more important. Ah! Every time that we get to be on the play, look at this. This is terrible. We have to mulligan. This is also not super great, but what do we do here? I don't think we can mulligan this, so we have to keep this. Alright, we'll just try to... I guess we're just going to try to bounce Delver of Secrets with Echoing Truth. We have Cavern, so we can play Lord and they can't counter it. Well, that's fine. Cannot be countered, so please go ahead and try to Daze if you so choose. But I've had opponents do it before, so... Alright. Pyroblast, okay, that's fine. Next turn we can play Lord of Atlantis and Curse Catcher. Dreadhorde. Okay, so now we cannot... So here's the problem here. We have to bounce the Dreadhorde Arcanists because we can't have them flashing back the Pyroblast just yet. It'll take basically their entire turn if they want to do it again, and we have a chance to draw something else to deal with it. We also get to attack them now, which is kind of nice. He can attack and Pyroblast the Lord of Atlantis. We still get to attack him back for a fair bit if he does that, though. Alright, so yeah, the Lord's going away. If we top deck a Lord, then he's in a shit ton of trouble. So let's hope that that's going to be what happens. Niv Magus element, so that makes sense. You have to attack, and you have... so here's the other thing. We can actually, like, protect the Lord with the 2 Curse Catchers now. So he'd have to tap his land, and then he might just exile it to put 2 counters on it, but then we still have this with Island Walk. That's probably better. Yep, okay. So we don't have to take damage from it this turn. Now, again, drawing a Lord is still really good here. Alright, fantastic. This will clock him very quickly. I think we probably just attack with the Mutavault next turn if he doesn't tap the Volcanic Island. And play around Pyroblast. Well, it depends. If he attacks with the Niv Magus Elemental, I'd probably attack with this. We have an attack for 10 next turn, so... Okay. If he's attacking like this, he probably doesn't have Pyroblast in hand. Because otherwise he would just Pyroblast attack Pyroblast, so... It's your name. Okay. Alright, so we're racing now. So if I draw another Lord, you die. Alright, well... So you're at 1. Pass. This might be good enough. So we're getting attacked for 8, but if they take any damage, they die. Alright, what's it gonna be? Again, if they top deck Pyroblast again, like, it's really terrible for us, but there's nothing we can do about it. Nope, they didn't have it. They lose. Alright, so we win that one, so let's get to our last match. So, yeah, Reanimator, Storm, Delver just, like, absolutely nut-crushed him, but then we also got nut-crushed by the Loam deck, so, you know. I guess it's, like, Loamless Loam, kind of the way that now we have, like, Podless Pod or, like, Twinless Twin. Renin 6 is just basically a better Life from the Loam. I don't even think I looked to see if Life from the Loam was in their deck, because that didn't really matter at that point. Renin 6 is just better at doing what Loam does. It doesn't take your draw step to get your card back. So we've already gone positive in this league, so that's good. So we've seen the power of this deck. Curse Catcher, again, was very good. It protected our Lord and got us to victory. Yeah, I think so far I'm pretty sold on this. There is not very much we can do in the face of, you know, the Renin 6 Plague Engineer decks, but that's just how that's going to be, I guess. Things are just going to have to go very right for us to win those, and we sacrifice them so we can beat all the rest of the decks. It is what it is. So let's see if we can finish this strong. Alright, lost the die roll here. Yeah, I think we keep this. We can. This hand's fine. Actually, I would say this hand is good. It's not as good if we're up against like Storm, but ooh, are we up against Burn? What the fuck? I haven't seen Burn in forever. All right. So what we want to do here is we're just gonna play Aether Vial, and next turn we'll start throwing creatures in front of this, because once we get True Name in play, they can't really deal with it. This could be Blue-Red Delver, though, so we might see, like, Island and then, like, Brainstorm or some shit. Alright, no, this looks like actual factual burns. Okay. Alright, neat. So Aether Vial is very strong here. Alright. Merfolk. We're just gonna have to take a bunch of damage and hopefully draw Force of Will for, like, Fire Blast. Try to block Eidolon with this thing. Otherwise, we're just going to put 2 Lords in play next turn, and they probably can't deal with that. So they have 5 cards left, so are they good ones? That's the question. They kept 7, so on 7 on the play is good. However, we have 4 Force of Negation in the sideboard, so we should be really good in this match. I think this is the first time we've ever actually played versus Burn in this channel. That's shocking. And we probably are ticking Vial up to put True Name in play. Okay, so they're burning themselves at the same time that they're attacking us, so it sucks, but it is what it is. If we draw a land, then Vial gets to stay at 2. Dismember, however, is really, really bad here. Alright, Cavernous Souls, that's great. Now we can play Merfolk, we can go True Name Nemesis, and they can't really do anything about it. Go to 10, and hopefully that's just going to be enough. So we're going to go to 7. They have 2 cards left in hand, and we can block both of their things, probably. But it also means they can't attack us anymore. Attacking is just suicide. However, they could just have, like, Bolt and Fire Blast, and if they do, then we're fucked, so that is what it is. We don't have a force to protect us from that either, so... Okay, the land is fine. Oh! Okay! Game on. Yeah, I don't think you're attacking. Okay, well, this was really brave. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. So even if they, like, bolt the Master of the Pearl Trident, they're taking 4 damage to do it, so... And we don't have to cast spells anymore, we can just vial things in. Oh, that's also fantastic. So now... yeah, let's just vial in a Lord. We're still dead to, like, Pyroblast if they have that. They can't block this, but we have 2 things to block Eidolon with. They only have 1 card. They can go up to 2 cards here. I assume they're going to crack that. We're in a good spot. As long as we don't, like, die this next turn, I think we probably win. Are they going to... So, let's see. Chain Lightning. Ugh, alright. What are you targeting? Me? Alright. Nope. That's fine. Alright, please do not Fire Blast me. Alright, well, we lose. Alright, they had Fire Blast the whole time, and we didn't draw a counterspell, so it is what it is. However, the good news is that we have 4 forces for this matchup, and we're taking out Dismember. True Name Nemesis is fine here. Curse Catcher is also fine here. Silvergill, on the other hand, is actually not that good. I think Echoing Truth, we need to take out... I think we're taking out probably Silvergill, because we need to bring in Venser, because they do bring in Ensnaring Bridge sometimes. We need room for the forces. Otherwise, I think this is fine. We're going to run this like this. Burn has Ensnaring Bridge in the sideboard, so I think we have a good chance here. This is fine. We're going to keep this. We have Vial and Force of Negation with Curse Catcher as backup, so we can definitely get on the board quickly. Yep. So Goblin Guide or Swift Spear is fine. Chain Lightning, sure. That's fine. Island would be the best possible draw here. Alright, that's fine. So we'll put in Curse Catcher at the end of their turn, or in response to like another burn spell, probably. So let's see, did you keep a 1-land hand too? That's the question. So we also need to have Force to protect the Vial from stuff like Shattering Spree, or Smash to Smithereens. Alright. They kept a 1-land hand, so we're in a good spot here. Alright, that's actually very good now as well. So, Vial and a Lord. Venser is almost definitely getting pitched to a Force. Because they're not resolving Bridge here. You know what? If they're gonna bolt the Lord, that's fine. Because the Curse Catcher is really just hurting them right now. They can't play like Searing Blaze. No. I'm not letting you do that. Alright. I could Vial this in, but I'm going to hold this up until I know that I don't need Force of Negation. Once I draw another blue creature, or a blue card, then I can Vial that in. But I think they're in a lot of trouble here. Because they can't even, like, Searing Blaze me right now. They play Eidolon, that's also fine. Because we can blow them out by Vialing and Master. So any land or blue card, basically, is good here. Even Chalice on 1 is actually fine. If you Searing Blaze me, I'm just going to Curse Catcher and counter it. I'm fine with attacking for 2. Searing Blaze, yeah. Searing Blaze is basically worth like 2 spells, so we traded our 1-drop for like effectively like 2 spells. Alright, what do we got? Sure Name, okay, great. So I'll do this. I don't want them to know that True Name's in my hand. They might think I have another Lord. And every bolt they use on the creatures is one that's not going in our face. So if they bolt the creatures, I let them do it, and then I will just kill them with True Name Nemesis. But I have to hold up Force in case they go for Ensnaring Bridge. and I have to hold up. If they Searing Blaze, I'll just let this happen. But they have to play a land for that, so Eidolon is not a big deal to me right now. Like, they are very far behind, and I think they're probably not winning this game, so it seems unlikely. 6 cards in hand doesn't really make a huge difference. Okay, they don't have. They have 2 mana left, so I guess if I Force of Negation this, like, do they just lose? Probably. No, I'm gonna let them kill it, because they could still play a land and then try to get bridge in play like that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's also fine. What do you reveal? Monastery Swiftspear, that's okay. Light up the stage. Alright. Price of Progress, Mountain. Alright. This is actually fine. Like, I didn't want to risk them having a land drop and bridge as their last cards and then not being able to force it. I'm going to tick Vial up here because there's a chance I want to Vial in True Name. Okay, yeah, then I'm definitely Vialing in True Name. Now if they play Swiftspear and attack, I can just Vial this in and block. You just have to counter the important spells. Searing Blaze, that's also fine. That's good. Now I can hard cast Force of Negation. Just gotta kill them quickly. So, yeah, these are exiled forever. So they have 3 cards left in hand. So, let's see. What do you got? Eidolon. Eidolon's fine. I'm ahead, so... And I don't really have to cast any more spells. Yeah, that's also good. Now I have Force of Negation and Force of Will up right now. They cast a spell to go to 4, and I can also Vial or flash this in, and they're dead. That's fine. You have 1 card in hand, so no matter what it is, I can just counter it. Now they're dead. Well, ooh, you know what? No, they're not dead yet. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked with this. That was a mistake. Ugh. Damn it. I'm not thinking right, because if I attacked, then they couldn't play any more spells. And then there was literally no way they could win, so... I guess if we drew a Lord, that would have killed them. They can only cast 1 more spell. I guess I just block this. This is fine. Alright, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we almost like gave them a chance there. I should have attacked and just went to 4, because that would have been safe with 2 forces. Everything's fine here. We just submit this back. Alright. Well, we're on the draw, so it's going to be a little bit tougher this time, but hopefully it'll still work out. That game was pretty good. they didn't have a turn 1 creature and they fell behind very quickly. Once they start pointing lightning bolts at your creatures, then you know you're in a good spot. No, I'm excited. Like, Burn is a deck you don't get to see in Legacy a lot, despite the fact that it's actually pretty cheap. It's a really good. It is a good deck to like enter the format with. This is a little bit slow. Ugh. They kept 7 cards in hand, which means like I'm not really a fan of like Chalice on the draw against them. I think I'd rather mulligan this. This is a much better hand. I will put Aether Vial on the bottom. Isn't so. Oh, as long as they don't play like a turn 1 creature, then we are absolutely gonna wreck them. But if like otherwise, yeah, that is what it is. I can't force of negation a creature, but I am protected from a lot of other stuff. So we can get Vial out, and we have Daze up. So if they play like Eidolon, I can Daze it back to their hand. I also have Force of Negation. I cannot do anything about that. Prowess trigger is going to happen. Question is, do I want to Daze this? I think I do. You just gotta use the spells as we get them. So we're gonna take some damage this turn. Chalice is on top. Alright. Well, that was rough. Damn, if we would have Force of Negation it would have been probably better. Ugh. It's been a long time since I played against Burn, so that might have been a mistake. I think that I'm just gonna play Curse Catcher and block one of these things, probably. I'm not comfortable with exiling a force here, but I might have to force. Yeah, I can't afford to be taking damage from this, so I'm just gonna have to cast the spells and hope that it's enough. And if they cast another bolt, then I will have to counter it with Curse Catcher, I think. So we're taking some damage this turn, so we need to draw some creatures quickly. So islands, so we draw that. It's actually good because it means we're not vulnerable to Price of Progress. That's fine because now we have a blocker. We can block the Goblin Guide. So draw a card, so they could potentially cast a spell into Chalice here. So let's see, how greedy are they? Ooh. So what's the card I have on top? Curse Catcher. I can't. Well, I actually can cast it. So here's the thing. I'm gonna try to block this. Alright, sick. We didn't get punished. Alright, we took a risk and it paid off. Alright, Spectacle. Please be Chain Lightning, Rift Bolt. So I don't think they can suspend it though. They can hard cast it next turn, but we can also Cavern and then Curse Catcher just so that they can't cast it. That was a gamble, like, because if they had any 1-mana spell to throw into Chalice, like, they could have just eaten this thing, but it was a risk I had to take. And I'm not at the point where I can really attack yet, because if they attack with Guide, I need to be able to block and kill it. Alright, well they drew a land, so that's fine. It's gonna happen. They aimed it at my face, that's interesting. I would have thought that they'd aim it at a creature instead. Alright. I guess if we draw another land, this is active. Can attack here, I think. Okay. That's probably a good sign for us if they throw Goblin Guide away for that. So we're looking to dodge, like, Fire Blast. Okay, so that looks like he doesn't have anything, because if he did, he would have went for it there. That's good. So we have Force, so we're protected from Fire Blast. He can't play any creatures. Well, he can play Eidolon, but I don't think that's where he wants to be. Alright, we suspended a Rift Bolt. It's interesting he didn't just hard cast it. I really need to draw a blue card here because I don't want to have to exile this to force. Or actually, if I draw a land, that would be even better. Perfect. Let's attack. Alright, so what is your plan here? Searing Blaze, that's fine. Force it. So we're again looking to dodge just some spells right now. So we are vulnerable if he drop techs another Rift Bolt or if he finds like Fire Blast. Alright, well, that's gonna do it. Alright, he's aiming at our fate. Yeah, okay. Well, Burn opponent got it. So our draw was not terribly good that turn, or that game. I think we had a very good chance at beating Burn, but like the draw just didn't work out for us that time. So this list is pretty good at like that deck though, but yeah, no, it's not like free. I think Burn versus Merfolk in Legacy is a lot like it is in Modern, where it's like it is a good matchup for us, but it is by no means a free matchup. Especially not that they've incorporated Skullcrack, Light Up the Stage in their deck now, and they even have Sunbaked Canyon to avoid the flood a little bit. So it's gotten a lot closer than it used to be. Chalice on 1 does not just like auto beat them the way it kind of used to. So they have outs. Force of Negation, on the other hand, bumps us up a little bit, but still, like, it is tough. So I'm not upset to lose that match. You know, it happens sometimes. I am, however, pretty pleased with the way that this deck ran. Like, I feel like against what we played, like, there's not really a lot that I would change. It seems mostly fine. I don't know. You know what? I don't think I brought this in against the first match, and I don't know if I did or not. I forget. I'll have to go back and look. If I did not, this probably should have come in against it. Maybe I did. I forget. That first match is just like such a ridiculous like hill to climb. Whereas like Burn is definitely a very winnable match if we can just draw the right cards at the right time. Like you know, at the end, like we could not play around it. He had 3 spells to force through the 4 damage, and we can only counter 1 of them. So any 2 of them we're gonna win. I mean, the Fire Blast by itself is a winning thing, so or like you have to counter one of the other two, and yeah, that sucks. But you know what? If they draw it, they draw it. So I think this was fine. The only thing that maybe you could consider is like I don't know if Dismember might go to the like we could move a Dismember to the board and maybe have one less force. But to be honest, I don't think I really want to do that. I think this list looked pretty good to me. Classic Merfolk, I think right now is going to be a lot better against this metagame. There's lots of Delver decks and Storm and Reanimator, so this is going to do very well against him. And I mean, you saw how easily we crushed the combo matches with it. So yeah, I think this was right. The blue-red, yeah, we played against what blue-red Delver, and it was pretty tight. Like blue-red Delver, I think is a little bit tighter against us than the Rug Delver list. Like Trickster is just a lot better at dealing with stuff like Tarmogoyf, whereas like Chain Lightning and Pyroblast, when they have more of those in their deck, then it's a little bit better against us. And I mean, yeah, same thing with like Burn. You know, if they have enough ways to punch through with like Searing Blaze and stuff, then they can be tough. But I don't know. I think we did all right, and I probably am not going to change much if for the next time that we run this list. So all right. That's all I got. I hope everybody enjoyed this. I'll see you next Wednesday. Yeah, this Wednesday for Modern should be. So take it easy.